that have happened, similar conflicts that have happened in the recent past. One such incident is at the boundary between Aldai constituency and Hamisi constituency, which is in Vihiga County, where animals and houses belonging to people in that area were burnt down. Senator Samson Cheregei, MP, the senator for Nandi, under Standing Order number 105 and 110, requested to know why I was inciting the people of Aldai and Vihiga by alleging and stating that there were no boundary clashes in Serem and Vihiga, which had not been recorded in any police station. Consequently, Mr. Speaker, on that day, Senator Abdul Haji, MP, was sitting in the chair, requested that I substantiate on the issues of clashes in Aldai and Vihiga. Mr. Speaker, in this regard, I wish to substantiate as follows. 1, on the 15th August 2023, there was an attack at Kapkitan Koitabut village in Aldai, which is near the boundary between Vihiga and Nandi. 3 suspects were arrested following the incident, and the matter was reported at Nandi South Police Station, and the reference number OB is 3/15/8/23. Number 2, Mr. Speaker, on the morning of 15th August 2023, rowdy youth, estimated at 100 in number, attacked the above-mentioned village, which was viewed as a retaliatory move following the death of a 32-year-old man who was killed and his motorbike torched in the area. Number 3, Mr. Speaker, 3 houses were torched. The number of animals that were killed is not mentioned, but is in the OB statement. There was also the destruction of vegetation, banana plantation, and other vegetation. Number 4, the names of the victims are Mr. James Chanzu, Regina Onzere, Jafes Anguzuzu. This is persuasion that they are lawyers living along that border, were the perpetrators who are now suspects in the OB were Kennedy Kibet and Nicholas Kipchoge. Number 5, Mr. Speaker, on the number of times such attacks has occurred, from the news gathered, such attacks have been persistent, happening in the past, questioning the effectiveness.
Point of order, Senator Cherio.
Mr. Speaker, I didn't intend to interrupt Senator Osotsi, but there's a practice long set in this House that when you're substantiating, you don't seek to long elaborate and lead the House into unnecessary discussions. Substantiation by practice of Parliament, and those who have been here long enough know this, means that you table the evidence. You don't read a statement. This is a new practice, Mr. Speaker, which perhaps, if we are deviating from the norms of parliamentary practice, can you guide the House, Mr. Speaker? Because I know what substantiation is, and anybody who has been in this House long enough know that once you have been challenged to substantiate, then what Senator Osotsi should be doing is to table that OB that he's referring to. Then you read, it is perused through the House, and we get satisfied, but not reading a statement, Mr. Speaker. Please guide this House.
Senator, yes, Senator Kajwang.
Mr. Speaker, the person with the duty and obligation to be a judge on whether the substantiation is within the standing orders and the rules and procedures of Parliament is a Speaker. The House does not take a vote. The House does not have an opinion. This is one of those decisions where the Speaker has got full authority, full responsibility to determine whether what the senator is submitting addresses the issues that were challenged. I therefore, Mr. Speaker, want to beg, because what the majority leader has said perhaps could have been a practice out of expedience, but not as captured in Standing Order number 105. And so, Mr. Speaker, I beg that you rule out Senator Cheriot's objection so that we can allow Senator Osotsi to complete his statement, and it is you, the Speaker, who shall then determine whether it addresses the concerns that were raised.
Yes, Senator Boni Mazayo, and then you'll allow me to rule on the matter.
Mr. Speaker, I would like to persuade you. The point of order raised by the leader of the majority has merit. Mr. Speaker, the reason why the Senator of Vihiga was challenged is because he was making allegations. So we wanted that he moves from allegations to giving evidence. Mr. Speaker, the tradition of this House is that the only thing he should have done would have been to lay the evidence on the table, then sit down. The clerks at the table would have given you that evidence. You look at the evidence. If it is credible, you would then allow it to stand. But what he's doing, Mr. Speaker, he's just doing allegation upon allegation the way he did in the first instance. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the tradition of the House when you're told to substantiate is that you give the facts, because those are the ones to be determined upon. I can see in this statement, Mr. Speaker, the name of the place where the incident took place. Mr. Speaker, even this matter has been recorded at the police station. There's an OB number. Mr. Speaker, there is even a video clip that can be laid before the House.
Senator Mazayo,
just allow me to finish,
do
Mr.
not
Speaker.
go that route. You're not the one substantiating.
No, I'm not substantiating, but I'm telling you why. You have asked, he's been told to substantiate. And I think it's only fair if he's allowed to complete his substantiation.
Very well, Senator.
Yes.
Very well. Now,
if you want the video clips, they can be provided.
Senator Mazayo, you speak to the chair. Now, honorable senators, when you're called upon to substantiate, the first thing you need to know is you restrict your substantiation to the matter that you've been called upon to substantiate. Now, Senator Osotsi, this is the statement that you've been called upon to substantiate, and I'm going to read for you. And you have to restrict yourself to that particular statement that you made. This is it. We have had issues even recently in my county, in the boundary between Vihiga and Aldai at a place near Serem. This was very recent. That is the attack near Vihiga. It was very recent in the last month. The attackers came, provoked and attacked a village, killed animals, burnt them, injured people, and burned houses. That was not given the coverage that Sondu is not being given. So the only evidence that you need to table, because the problem with reading a speech is you attract a debate immediately. But evidence cannot be debated. If you table, the matter was reported in Nandi, and you're doing very well until you started giving a speech. The matter that happened in Vihiga between Aldai at a place called Serem was reported to this police station. Here is the OB I'm tabling. The attackers came, provoked and attacked a village, killed animals, burnt them. Here is the video that captured that particular incident. And you see it. I thought you'll take only a minute to do this. Don't explain, just give us the evidence. This is the OB, it was to confirm that it happened. Here is the OB. I talked about attackers and animals killed and they were burnt. Here is the video showing the attackers, the animals burnt, and that's all. You simply table and you'll be good to go. I've ruled on the matter, Senator Fernandi. It's good, let us not prolong it to a debate. Senator Osotsi, proceed. You just need to prove those two things, that it happened and the OB is the evidence and animals are burnt by the attackers and here is the video. And you're good to go.
Mr. Speaker, thank you for your guidance. I want to state that I have the videos. I have the videos of the animals which were burnt. I have the video clip of the news coverage by Citizen TV. I also have a copy of the OB. And all these documents, Mr. Speaker, are in this flash disk. And they have been reviewed.
So
I table.
Senator Osotsi, just table.
Yes.
I will review them and then I'll communicate.
Yes.
So just table and take your seat.
I table them. I table them.
Great.
I table them. All the evidence is here. The substantiation I was to make, Mr. Speaker, is to
Senators, order. Allow the Honorable Senator to conclude. Order,
Mr.
Senator.
Speaker, protect me from Senator Cherigei. Mr. Speaker, as I conclude, I want to urge the local administration to deal with this matter, which is before them. And the evidence is here, and this matter, this incident happened, and even I have spoken to Senator Cherigei before, and he confirmed that indeed it happened. Mr. Speaker, I think moving forward.
What is the point of order, Senator Fernando? And Senator Osotsi, I've told you, you don't have to go that route because you're going to attract debate.
Mr. Speaker, sir, the responsibility of facts as per Standing Order 105, it is unfair for Senator Osotsi, my good neighbor, to drag me into his oath. Because if there was an issue, it is a fact that I should have known, but we have never had a discussion with him. The only time we meet is just when we are taking a cup of tea in the lounge, and we have never had a discussion.
Very well,
Mr. Speaker, in conclusion.
Senator Fernandi, I know where you're going. Please take your seat.
Okay.
We will review the evidence as tabled by Senator Osotsi, and thereafter I'll make a communication in that regard. Thank you. What more do you need? You've tabled your evidence. You have more evidence? Or you want to make another speech? I'm interested in evidence. Clerk, call the next order, please.
Order number 5, papers.
Majority Leader.
Where is that flash?
Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to lay the following paper on the table of the Senate. Today, Wednesday, the 18th of October, 2023, the National Treasury Economic Planning Second Annual Report on the State of Public-Private Partnerships for financial year 2022-2023. Mr. Speaker, I beg to lay.
Next order. What is the point of order?
Mr.